What's up, fam? Back to another video. Happy June 17th. Happy birthday on Jack. Love ya. Okay, guys. So we got Krista Lighty here. This is, I don't even know how to say that name, but anyways. Okay, so we are having cottage cheese. Cottage cheese. I don't know if you guys could see that. Cottage cheese. And then we are having, okay, so I went to Dollar General or Dollar Tree. Yeah, Dollar Tree. It's the one with the green. I went to Dollar Tree because, like I'm on this whole health nut type of thing, getting ready to lose weight, right? Or trying to lose weight. Let's not say getting ready. I supposed to start last week on my mom's birthday. But anyways, so this is cottage cheese. This is 1 ounce of cottage cheese. Okay, so I'm doing my portion size. Back in the day, I used to do like a big bowl. I mean, you guys have seen my blue bowl, but this is one portion of one. I forget how many, like 1 tablespoon, 1 to 2 tablespoons, I want to say, of cottage cheese from BJ's. That's where this is from. And then we have some vegetarian pizza rolls from the Dollar Tree. So I was like, you know what? Let me just do a mukbang and let's try it, guys, and let's see what it takes like. Let's see what it's giving. Okay? So anyways, let's see. What is the story time? I was supposed to tell you guys something today. I don't remember. But let's say grace. Dear God, bless His food and just name. Amen. All right. So we're going to try the first vegetarian cheese stick. We're going to put in a little bit of hoisin sauce that I have right here. If you guys don't know what hoisin sauce is, it's so good. You're missing out. Go try use some hoisin sauce. They sell it in the international section at Walmart. And people eat it with their egg rolls. People eat it with stir fry. People eat it with ramen noodles. People eat it in, there's so many different dishes that I've seen hoisin used for. So get some. It's best known with egg rolls. But let's have the first bite and I'll tell you guys what I think about it. And my belly just made noise. It's hungry. I like it. I could do without the dough, but I do like it. It's just tomato base and cheese inside of it. So what it probably is tomato sauce. Probably some type of healthy tomato sauce, not the one with all the sugar in it. Not ragu or whatever it's called. And then it's probably like some type of like Parmesan or mozzarella. I want to say mozzarella because I see how white it is, if you guys can see inside there. Yeah. So it's probably mozzarella and some type of healthy tomato sauce without the sugar. Because when you go vegan or you go vegetarian, you cut out all the sugar too. Sugar is not good for someone that's vegetarian, or just sugar is not good for you in general. Even if you're not a vegetarian, too much sugar can like mess you up. But I like it. My mom would probably like it too. Okay, so now we're going to have some cottage cheese that looks like a white ghost on camera. I don't know why. But anyway, my mom actually told me the other day, and I didn't even know there was a difference. There's small cottage cheese, and then there's light cottage cheese. Guys, my son's going to he's going to get mad. But look, guys, there's my son. Can you guys see him? That's my son. He gonna get mad. Sorry, Angel. But anyways, my auntie said thank you. You are welcome. Anyways, so my mom would like it. She would like it a lot. So, okay, so story time, guys. Let me tell you this story. What do I want to tell you? I'm trying to think of a story to tell you guys that's kind of like funny. Oh, okay. And I don't know if I've done this, but I know I have some new fans. So let me tell you guys the story of my first kiss, okay? So it was me and this girl, Brittany. Shout out to you, Brittany Blevins, wherever you are. Whatever. You're probably a mom now to like probably 5 kids because you were out there. But anyway, so I went to this Christian school. So anyways, I got kicked out of no. I was homeschooled all the way until I was homeschooled all the way up until I was like about 12. So then my parents sent me to this one school in our small little town. And then that school, I went to that school when I turned 10. From 10 to 12. And I was the oldest kid there. They didn't have anything for freshmen. It was just basically middle school. So they said, well, we don't have anything else for him after he hits 12. So my parents were like, okay, that's fine. So then they came. They pulled me out of the school. I had to say goodbye to my best friend, Chad. What up, Chad? Chad is like one of my best friends from like childhood. And anyway, his birthday... My birthday is June 26th. His birthday is July 26th. July 27th. So we would always do our birthday parties together. And he was just my best friend. I'm trying to think of someone that he reminds me of that you guys would probably be like, you could tell his personality. I want to say he's like Kevin Hart when we were younger. He was so funny. And I was like Frederick the Entertainer, or I was like growing up. Or I would say I'm like, who else would I say I'm like? I would say I was like Eddie on That's So Raven. That's how my humor was. I was funny like that back then when we were in school. So anyways, so then my parents took me out. I was homeschooled from 12 all the way until I was 14. And then in our small town, they took an old retirement building and turned into a private Christian school. So our church knew about it. And a lot of the kids from our church was going to this private Christian school. So my parents were like, why not? So my mom and dad enrolled me and my little brother. This was his first time going to school. So he was downstairs. I was upstairs because, he was like elementary. Elementary. Yeah, he was elementary age. So anyway... So I met Brittany at that school, and we became really good friends because she lived in the small town that I lived in, so we would carpool. So every morning, like around 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, on my dad's way to work, we would meet them at this gas station that was like this corner gas station, like you see in all the movies, this gas station in the middle of nowhere when you come down the hill. So we'd always meet Brittany's mom right there and switch, and then we would get in there. She had a Toyota, what was it? Something Toyota. Excuse me. A Toyota something. So Brittany would sit up front, her mom would be there, and then me and my brother would be in the back seat in our uniforms because you had to wear khaki brown pants and a blue blazer. That was your dress code to go to this school. Well, anyway, so we go to this school. I meet Brittany. We have first period together. And we just become fast friends. Like, I remember, we become fast friends because we just found out we had the same classes. We just connected, really fast. And then I would always hang out with Brittany. Right? Every day after school, every weekend. I got heavily invested in her church. That's when I started doing plays and all that different stuff was when I was in her church. All her friends became my friends and whatever, excuse me. So I became a part of that church, right? And then one day we were at church early because her mom was somebody on the church staff or whatever. So they had a church meeting. It was a Wednesday night, right? Right before Bible study. So... And we were there already because our Bible study was that night too. A lot of the high schoolers would go to Bible study. Or youth group, whatever you want to call it. So, I remember we were hanging out. We were walking around the church. And the church was fairly new. It was on this land that had cornfields around it. So we were kind of the church was kind of new. So the building was brand new. It was a very nice building. So we were just walking around the yard. Then we asked permission to walk down to Walmart because it was right across the street from the Super Walmart. So, but we had to walk the right way, go all the way down to the street and go across the crosswalk, right? So anyways, we went to Walmart, get some chips. Back then, Pringles used to come 2 in a pack for $2. So yeah, the only 2 Pringles that were out at the time. You guys have it made because back then there was a very, very, very small collection of chips. You had your Lay's potato chips and that was it. And then you had your Cheetos, and then you had your Doritos. And Doritos at that time only had the blue and the red at the time. And then you had Fritos that was one flavor. Fritos did not have anything else at the time. And then you had Pringles, and Pringles only came original or sour cream and onion. That's all you could get at that time when I was growing up. And then soda pop, because up there we call it soda pop. There was like a few, Sprite was like pretty much the number one at the time, Sprite and Coke. But anyway, so we just like got us a pop, got us some chips, and we walked back to the church. And we were just hanging out outside, and we were just talking and whatever. And she was like, have you ever kissed anyone? And I'm like, no, I've never kissed anyone. So she's like, do you want me to be your first kiss? And I was like, she was like a little more fast, advanced than I was, because she had a single mother and she wasn't really sheltered like I was. So I was like, yeah, why not? So I remember I leaned over and I was like that. And then she was like, no, you're supposed to do it like this. And then she like literally full on made out with me. And I was like, I don't know. I didn't like it. I don't know how people can make out. To me, it's just disgusting. But anyways, I didn't tell her that. And then we never talked about it ever again. We just said that like I was her first kiss and stuff like that. And then youth group came and people came, and I told my two friends there was Cody and Sam. Those were my two friends from the church. And I said, yo, I got kissed. They're like, by who? I'm like, by Brittany. They're like, what? Brittany kissed you? I was like, yeah. They're like, well, she already known to be fast like that. So, it was a matter of time before she wanted to kiss you. I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, she's kissed every boy in church. It's not a big deal. I'm like, ew, so I might have some disease or something. And then they just start laughing. And then, so I would still on the weekends sometimes hang out with my friends from the other school I went to, from like hang out with like Chad and Mariah and Tiffany and some other friends that I had from the other church or from the other school. So that's what we would do on the weekends. And so Brittany was like, I want to come. So then Brittany would come and hang out with us. So she started flirting with like all my other friends from that school too. And I'm like, well, thank God I didn't get official with her, because you being like a little slut in a way. I'm sorry. She was being like a slut. And I'm like, no, thank you. Then my second time I was kissed was, oh, my sun is up, was by Caitlin, who was this Indian girl. She was 2 years older than me. It was her junior year. And no, she would have been like 4 years older than me, because if I'm a freshman and she's 17. Yeah. Anyways, I dated her all the way up until she graduated high school and left the school. And then we kind of still stayed good friends. She's probably some big Indian doctor right now, because I don't even know where she is. But she was very short. Like, I'm 5'9". She had to be like 5'5" or something like that. Like, she was shorter than me. Like, super shorter than me. But she was so pretty, guys. So pretty. Like, that was the first time I dated an Indian girl. Like, straight up from India. She was so pretty. And super, super smart. And she didn't care that I supposedly had a disability or whatever. Like, she literally, like, if I'm hands down, like, before I would have got with my son's mother, I would have married Caitlin. Oh, my God. I would have married Caitlin. Yep. I mean, I don't think she would have waited until I graduated high school, because that would have been like a long ass time, because I was 14 when I met her and I didn't graduate until 2008. That was 2004. So she would have had a long time to wait. A very long time to wait. I think she would have, like, unless it was like those stories where like you break up with them and then by chance you end up running into them like 20 or 40 years later. Like now, like if I ran into her now, I'm in my 30s. She's got to be like mid 40s. If I ran into her, that would be like amazing. And we were like, hey, let's try it out again. Like, that would be awesome. But I think she's still in Ohio. I don't think she's in Florida. So anyways, I was with Caitlin until she graduated and went away to school. And then when I got kicked out of the Christian school, thank God, I hated that school. I hated the dress code. I hated it. And our principal, he had it. I think he was racist because he had it out for every black person in that school. We were always getting called out in fights and stuff. He never saw the white people. I don't understand that. Like, it made me so freaking angry. I was so angry. And I told my mom this. I was like, Mom, I literally did nothing. All I said was nothing. Like, I didn't do anything. I'm like, I was literally sitting there eating my lunch and he comes, you need to come with me. And everyone's like, ooh. And I'm like, I was just like so pissed. Like, I don't understand. Like, we were always getting called out. And it was like these, and we had a lot of snooty white kids in our school that their parents paid for the school to even be, come apart. And there was this kid named Kevin and Kevin and James. The younger brother looked like Aaron Carter, like early 2000s Aaron Carter with like the long blonde hair and whatever. He looked like Aaron Carter. I was friends with Kevin because me and Kevin were on the football team together. So I was friends with Kevin. And then the other brother, Jesse or something with a J, he was in my brother's grade. So he was downstairs, right? And so my brother played football with him in the lower grade. And then I was high school and I played high school football with his brother. So we were friends with the family and they lived in this humongous mansion, super, super big mansion. And they were the ones who I went to go see. And it's funny because that's when Aaron Carter came in 2005 to our mall and he did all his songs. So it was kind of funny because I went with them and their little sister. Their little sister was adopted. She was from China because their mom could not have any more babies. So anyway, but their father was like some governor or something, or I don't even remember what he was. He was something politics. Because I know we helped him get reelected in 2005 to be our governor again. So, and then it was funny because it was like his brother, right? So their father was the governor. His brother was the dentist for our small town. So he was my dentist, my brother's dentist, my mom, my dad, and my other siblings' dentist. So we were like a part of that family somehow. And so anyways, we had to be friends. We were forced to be friends because our families knew each other. But it wasn't like one of those situations. But anyways, there was a lot of rich families that were in this private school because it was like the first big Christian school, right? I'm telling you guys right now, if they put the name Christian on it, that is the worst school ever. I'm telling you, private school, public school is more better than putting your kid in a Christian school. I'm telling you right now, there are so many secrets in these Christian schools. Things happening to kids, teachers doing it's worse. Put your kid in a public school. Please don't think that it's better in a Christian school because I had to learn that way the hard way. It was right after 9/11. It was 2004. It was right before our summer vacation. I was already at the school for like 2 years. And I'll never forget this. There was this annoying kid in our class named Ethan. And he had this weird peanut allergy. Really weird peanut allergy. He was so pale. He looked like he was a vampire. He was so pale. And he had all these different issues. And it was just, oh my God, he was such an annoying kid. And he was in my first period class. And he didn't like that I was super close with Brittany because him and Brittany have known each other since they were in pre-K, right? So he got really jealous of our friendship. And then he didn't have a lot of friends. He did not have a lot of friends. This is going to be a long video. We're already at 18 minutes, but it's fine. You guys like my long videos. Shout out to everybody that says they like watching me, that I'm therapeutic for them. Thank you. I love you guys for that because that means a lot to me. Comment what other stories you guys want me to tell you because a lot of people, you guys say you like my stories. So tell me what else you want me to tell you guys. I have a lot of stories in this big head. So anyways, so it was coming almost up to it was right before summer vacation. So it had to be right before, it was probably April time for him because it was right after spring break. So anyways, he was having a sleepover and he wanted people to come. And a lot of people pulled out because they just could not stand him, right? And me and him slowly were becoming friends or whatever because we had first period, second period, and the same lunch. So we just, I'm nice to everybody. So I remember he was trying to ask everyone to come spend the night. No one wanted to go. And I didn't want to go. And Brittany's like, don't go over there. You'll hate it. And for whatever reason, he emailed my mom. My mom found out that no one in the school wanted to go with him. No one wanted to even hang out with him. Everyone hated him. He didn't have a lot of friends. So my mom emailed his mom, yes, my son would love to come to the sleepover. And I'm like, no, I don't. And she's like, you're going. I'm like, no, I'm not. She's like, Matthew, you got to think about how it is when you have no friends and da 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 da. Mom, but he's a jerk. He's mean to everybody. Like, why would I want to go hang out with him? And she's like, yeah, but maybe you can change him. Maybe he'll be a nicer person. Da 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 da. Maybe just he needs someone to just show him what a good friendship is. So I remember the day that we met his mom and him was like it was like a Wednesday night. I remember it was like a Wednesday night after church. They drove all the way into the small town because they lived outside of the town. Picked me up at the church. Brittany was like, good luck. Call me as soon as you get home. Because we didn't have cell phones at this time. So they're like, call me as soon as you get home. And I'm like, just pray for me. I don't want to go. So anyways, I get in their Beamer because they had a BMW. I get in the BMW, strap in. And then he's up front. And we're listening to like all this different music that was on the radio at the time. And then his mother's like just asking me questions and stuff like that. She was really pretty. She was a pretty mom. Really pretty. And then we pick up his little sister, and then we go to this humongous house, and like his bedroom is like bigger than my room that I'm in right now. And like he has every video game that ever came out. He has a walk-in closet. He has all this different stuff. I see he's a bedwetter. I'm like, I don't say nothing. I'm just like, okay, cool. And then we go out to dinner. I think we went to Olive Garden. We went out to Olive Garden because I think that's right when Olive Garden started doing the endless soup and salad. So we went to Olive Garden. His dad came home. I met his dad. His grandmother lived with them. So she came and we all get in their SUV and we go to Olive Garden. And she's like, get whatever you want, sweetie. It's fine. And then I just order like, just, soup and salad, whatever. And then we come home and then we stay up all night watching TV. And then we just go to sleep. And then the next morning we wake up. And then my mom picks me up and she's like, how was it? I'm like, it was fine. It was whatever. And then anyway, so I go to school. I don't say nothing about it. We just have fun. Like I kept his secrets, whatever. So then because I didn't want to go, like he wanted me to go because we were just about to come to summer vacation. He wanted me to spend the whole summer. They were going to the Bahamas or something like that. And I was like, no, because I had plans, right? I was going to go do stuff with Brittany and some other friends. And I was like, I don't want to rearrange my plans to just go hang out with you in the Bahamas. Like, yeah, it sounds fun, but I was just like, nah, I'm good. So anyways, so the night before I went to school, right? We're in May. We're like maybe a week before summer vacation. So my brother and me, we shared a bedroom and he was playing with all those different type of, like the pocket knives that have like all the different stuff in them, like the tweezers and the pliers and the toothpick. And it's like a purpose pocket knife, right? So I take that from him because he's like digging in something. And I'm like, hey, no, we're going to get in trouble. So I take it. I put it in my bag. I was supposed to give it to my gym bag. I was supposed to give it to my dad the next morning. Totally forgot. So we get to school. We're in school. We're sitting there. My friend Bobby, who was the biggest football player in our school at the time, he sees that I have the football in my bag. Excuse me. And at this time, our teacher, and some of you kids know this, like the last week before school, you're really just watching movies. You're not really doing anything. So we were watching some movie. I think we were watching Remember the Titans, right? With Denzel Washington in it. So we were throwing the football back and forth. And when he saw it, he tripped on my bag. The knife fell out. Everybody saw it. Everyone was like, oh, and then their teacher's like, what? And then she grabs it and she's like, hey, Matt, just tell your mom to come get it, because the teachers had to escort it because it was right after 9/11 and it was a scary time. So they were like, she was like, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Class, we're not going to say nothing about it. It's not a big deal. Matthew didn't threaten anyone with it. It's fine. So I'm like, okay, thanks. And so she's like, can you just have your mom come get it tonight or have your mom come get it tomorrow? So I was like, okay. So I go home. I tell my mom, hey, Mom, this is what happened, blah, 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 blah. Can you just go get it? I don't have time. I'll get it when I can. Unbeknownst to me, this little stupid kid goes home, tells his mom whatever he told his mom. The next thing I know, the principal comes the next day and says, Matthew Cross, pack up your bags, come with me. The whole class is like, ooh, you're in trouble. I'm like, I don't know what did I do? Like, I've done all my Saturday schools. What did I do? So anyways, then he's like, so he brings me to the principal's office. I sit there. One of my friends I just saw, because they were allowed to hit you in the school. So I heard the SWATs, and it was my friend Kevin. And I was like, dude, they're allowed to hit you and your parents put money in the school. But he's like, yeah, my parents said, tore my butt up. They don't care. So I'm like, yeah, I could see some parents saying that. So anyways, he comes out crying. He's mad. He's like, bro, what are you doing? And I'm like, I don't know what I did. He's like, bro, I think they're going to suspend you because I saw the paperwork and I saw your name on the table. I'm like, why? And he's like, I don't know. But he's like, yo, just let me know, like, because he could drive it this time. So he's like, I'll just wait for you because like class was about to be out. So he's like, I'll just wait for you and I'll take you home, whatever. So like, all right. So then he went limping down to the, his last period class. And I'm like, all right, bro. And then I go in the office and the principal, this tall white man, he looked like Bill Clinton at the time. Honestly, he did. He's like, you're immediately expelled from our school. We don't tolerate bullies and threatening people's lives. And I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. Whose life did I threaten? And then he's like, well, he said, Ethan said you threatened him with this knife. And I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. I like this principal had it. I said, listen, you've been doing this little shady crap for so long. You get all the black people get in trouble. We're always expelled. We're always getting licks. We're always the ones in trouble. What the heck is going on? Well, actually, I said, what the hell is going on in this school? And then he said, what are you talking about? That's not. I said, yes, because here's a privileged white person who made up a lie, could destroy my life, and says that I threatened his life. I'm like, one, I never even talked to him. I didn't say nothing to him. I've been friendly to him. I've hanged out with him. No one else would. I kept his secrets. Like, what the hell are you talking about? I threatened him. So then he was just like, well, Mr. Cross, we're going to have to you're being expelled. So just pack up your stuff and go. And I'm like, all right. I was like, F this school. I don't care. That's exactly what I told him. But I said the other word. And I said, okay, cool. My summer break starts early. And then, he had my mom on the phone. My mom was like, okay, thank you. Da, 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 da. She's like, all right, like, I'll see you when I see you. We'll talk about it when you get home. I'm like, okay, cool. So then the bell rings. Everyone leaves. I'm cleaning out my locker. All my friends come and say, what happened? Da, 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 da. I'm like, oh, I got expelled because of him. And they're all like, I'm going to beat his. And I'm like, no, stop. Don't even get in trouble. Like the guy, Bobby, was like, I'll take him out. No, don't worry about it. What goes around comes around. He'll get his. He just will never have friends. They're like, yeah, he's isolated. So then I go get in the car with my friend Kevin, and we go to his house and we hang out, and then I tell him what happened. His dad was like, yo, I could get you back in the school like that if you want to get back in the school. Like, they ain't gonna say nothing. I'm like, no, I want out of the school. I hated the school. It's stupid. I'm done. And then my summer vacation started early, and then he has the audacity to ask me to come spend the night that weekend after he got me kicked out of the school. I'm like, hell no. I was like, you know what? You can take it and shove it. I'm no longer your friend. You just lost a friend. And then that was it. That's how I got kicked out of the school. But I'll tell you guys some other stories. I have some other school stories, but yeah, it was crazy time. My first kiss, and then getting kicked out of school, and then being out of school, and then we moved to Florida. So I never, no. Then I went to another school that wasn't a private school, it was a public school. And I loved that school. And I stayed at that school until I moved to Florida in the end of 2005, the summer of 2005. So right when I turned 15. But anyways, I'll hit you guys up later. I'll do another video probably tomorrow. And there was like a little ghost that just went by the camera. What the hell? Look, I'm out of here. There's ghosts. So I didn't finish. I'm actually full. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left. So that means I had 8 on here. Anyways, I would recommend them, guys. These are kind of good. They're vegetarian. I would definitely tell you guys to go buy some. It's just tomato and mozzarella inside. So definitely go get you guys some with the hoisin. It's really good with the hoisin or ketchup or whatever you guys want to eat it with, or just by itself. It's up to you guys. But I love you guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. What up to all my new fans? Thank you for being subscribers, guys. We can almost get to 4K, guys. I would love it if we can make it to 4K. Love it. If we could get to 4K before my birthday. My birthday is literally next week. So I don't know if we could do it by next week, but my birthday is next week, Wednesday. So I don't know. I've been working this Saturday and I have training all next week on my birthday. And then we go into July 1st. So, but I love you guys and I'll talk to you later. Peace out.